Bit of a sell-off there. Bitcoin back at 94K. The alts were feeling the most of the pressure now in the last 24 hours. So is the altcoin sell-off done, or are we going lower? So guys, we're going to look at a couple of scenarios here today. I've prepped tons of charts for you. We got some tokens on hot zones right now. We've got more prep for lower down. So get those limit orders ready. Get your charts ready. We got lots to talk about today. Let's get right into this. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. I'm so happy to be back on Banter Plus, but whoever followed me to the Crypto Live channel, thanks for hanging out with me there. And I'm sure there's a couple of new faces here. So guys, make sure you are subscribed to Banter Plus now. This is my home, okay? This is where I belong. And this is where you're going to see me most of the time. We got Rainbow Rays here, but there's no rainbow. It takes a lot of convincing to get a rainbow out of the guy. But how's this Black Friday? How's this Black Friday so far for everybody? How's everybody going? Yeah, enjoying our Black Friday sale. James wants to go straight to hell. And I thought that's what we were going to get today. But they put the brakes on in our little hot zones. Okay, so maybe short-term bounce here. And before we get into all the juice, I just want to tell you guys, if you are looking for a move now, I closed my bonk short earlier today. I've just jumped into a scalp bonk long. I'm going to take you through that setup as well. We've got tons of altcoins on hot zones at the moment. There might be a short-term move here, but I'm not expecting fireworks just yet. So I'm going to take this all. I'm going to give you all of this in detail now as we go on. 𝗬𝗓𝗘, what's happening, bro? He's loving the new beard. Yes, that is a new intro that I've got going on there. Yeah, it is a bit of a banger. And Sand, look at that, minus 16%. Absolute dino shitcoin going back 16% as expected now. So a big sell-off there in the market on tons of things as well. And it's not a pretty sight, but I must tell you, Sui, one of the charts I've got for you today, that is about to break a trend. So that could be looking a little bit more bullish than some of the others. And Say has come alive again, not looking at that today. And I see Phantom at the bottom left, 8% up. I've got that covered for you. I've just taken a Phantom long on that breakout of horizontals on the 1 hour. So there could be a move coming for us there as well. So lots of action here today. This is where we are now on Prime XBT as we speak. We've got a little trend break on BTC on the 15 minutes. So I've got a little break here, break of trend. Let's see if we got some energy, and I'm going to take you through these levels. So let's jump into this, and you can see what's been going on here. Nice little mess today. Lots of selling off and lots of reactions in some of our hot zones. So you can see all these zones doing their job for us. They're giving these moves for us off these areas. And then look at that today. We've just front ran a major anchored VWAP here. We front ran the 786 as well at 91,500. So that is now going to be our main support we're going to watch today, 91.5 to 91K. That is my hot zone for today. That is what we got our eyes on. A little bit lower down, we're going to go 89,800 is what we're going to pay attention to. But now you can see the current situation. BTC has essentially turned a little bit bearish now for us. So we've got our rising trend. You can see our beautiful rising trend. That was a party all the way up. Now we've lost that trend. Now the real test here is for us. Are we going to break back into this trend to turn bullish again? So there's a lot of work to do here. So for me, on the current scalp that I'm in, danger zone number one, we are pushing into it right now. This is a danger zone. This is a rejection zone, 95K danger area for me. Then a little bit higher up, I've got horizontals. I've also got my anchored VWAP from the highs. So watch out, 96 to 96,500. That is another massive danger zone here, guys. So anybody trading or scalping BTC, just be careful up here, because if we don't start printing new highs on BTC, for example, we might just be in the frame of another rejection, and then this will, of course, take or begin our downtrend. So looking out for these types of scenarios, and essentially if we do get a rejection there, what does that tell us? It tells us potentially more downside. Okay, so that is what we need to pay attention to now. So on the chart, not looking great. We also lost our EMA 50 on the 4 hour. That's been massive support for us for a couple of months now. Now we have lost that. Okay, so things to look out for, and let's just see where our easy algo pivots are at the moment. And we are right now, we are under our weekly pivot. You can see that bright yellow, the 3 yellow stripes. That's our weekly pivot low, and we are pushing into that now. So when do we turn bullish on the weekly? Well, when we start breaking above that weekly pivot. So lots of work to do there for us from that side. Now, I've got a very special announcement for everybody today, and I'm super excited. It's going down. It's finally going down. I've got my own school that is coming for you guys, and it's been a lot of work in the making. It's been a lot of late nights getting this thing ready, and we are just about ready now for Black Friday. So we're ready to start firing off this new school that I launched. Let me show you what is going on, and I'm super excited to have you guys involved. So there's a link in the description for this, and I'm going to show you a little video that this has finally come alive. It's been a dream of mine for the last while to really tell you guys and teach you how I do things. And what I really wanted to do was start incorporating things like the indicators that you see me trading with Chaos. We wanted to integrate that into TA, and we also wanted to bring bots into the equation. So here is the link under the show description. Just go in there, take a look, and I want to play you this video quickly. And let's just show you what it's all about, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more on this as soon as I played this. Give me 1 sec, Ray. Just confirm if you can hear this guy. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Trading Accelerator. You are here because you want to learn how to amplify your gains.
Let's go.
Course is designed for you. The beginning of your trading journey can be full of frustration. I've been there, and this is why I'm here, and this is why you are here. This Trading Accelerator isn't just a course. It's a shortcut to amplify your gains, and it's a shortcut to create trading confidence for you. I'm Dylan. Some of you know me as the Lord of Entry, and I have 5 promises for you. Number 1, you're going to learn simplified and actionable trading strategies that you can action immediately. Number 2, you're going to master some advanced indicators that are going to give you an edge in the market and actually simplify your trading system. Number 3, you're going to build high confidence trading setups for any market. Number 4, you're going to be able to automate your trading. Imagine setting up a trading bot on multiple tokens to make sure that you don't miss out on any trade. And finally, you're going to join a thriving trading community. This is where you're going to get trade signals, you're going to get live Zoom sessions, you're going to get new strategies, and you're going to get educated. Whether you're just starting or leveling up, this is your moment to take control. Are you ready to unlock tools, strategies, and confidence in the market? Are you ready to accelerate your trading? Well, this journey starts now. Let's go. Banger. Absolute banger, guys.
Fucking
super pumped. I'm super pumped to bring this to you guys. I'm so excited about this. Go sign up for that school. There is a Black Friday special for the school right now in the link below. And then Sniper Club members and those loyal followers of mine, remember, I'm going to now move to a new Discord where there's going to be tons of action for you guys as well. So part of the package on the school is that you're going to get a Chart Prime bundle, and you're going to get access to the Discord. But some of the members there who just want some of the Discord action, stick around, because by tomorrow, we're going to have a special deal for you guys just on the Discord. Okay, so we're going to give you way more information as to what is going on, but so excited to finally get this off the ground here, guys, and super happy to share this whole trading journey with you. It's going to be an absolute banger, and really looking forward to all the workshops and everything that we are going to do. Okay, enough talking. Let's get into some more action. Wait, let's take wrong one. Hold on. Let's get this the correct one up here. There it is. Okay, that is what we need. That is where we are. I see DJ. Okay, yes, guys, it's going to be an absolute banger, and little secret alpha. Okay, Chaos is coming with me. The MDX and our chart prime indicator legend. He's coming there with me. We got DJ and Dave coming, and we're going to have a massive and absolutely exciting community. And we got the chart prime guys. They got a whole channel in there. They're going to be setting up bots. They're going to give you alpha. It's all going to be going down. Okay, that is that. We'll talk more about this one tomorrow. Let's get into the news now. Where are all my buyers? Okay, where's all my buyers? Everybody wanted to buy the top at 100K, and here we go. We got 93K, and the buyers seem to have slowed down. Ray, do you know where these buyers have gone? They seem to
maybe they're out the parties in Brazil.
Maybe. We need these guys to come back urgently. And then we saw the Kovisi letter just dropping some hints here. You know, stock futures fell across the board after Donald Trump threatens tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. The Trump things are happening again, guys. So let's not forget that the Trump effect and he can pump things up, but he can also pump things down a little bit. Okay, so that has been going down, but you can see the S&P has shrugged this one off, and we are back pushing all-time highs. So still at our 6,000 target for the S&P. This thing's looking super aggressive now, and that is our resistance here. Let's see if we get a pop here on the S&P. Things could definitely get spicy leading into Thanksgiving weekend. Could be a bit of fun coming here for us. Now, gold, this is an interesting one. So we've been tracking gold for the last while, and we all noted that when gold eventually fell over on the weekly, we knew that we were going to get some kind of move out of BTC, and that has played out pretty well for us. And we can see gold is really struggling now at the moment. This thing is really under pressure now. So this is in the midst of a new downtrend. So that's pretty interesting for us. So anyone trading gold or anyone looking for gold entries, there's going to be some bangers later on. Okay, let this thing do what it needs to do. Let's bring it down here, and then we can long the shit out of this thing on Prime XBT when the time is right. Remember, we can send crypto to Prime XBT and then trade gold, silver, oil, and all of those things. So just a little bit of patience here, but I think we're going to get a nice trade out of gold at some point, but we got to just watch that thing play out for us. And then Ali Charts reminding everyone, look, Black Friday came early. Now, we were speculating that we were going to get a massive sell-off into the weekend, into the Thanksgiving weekend. So that is not off the table yet. We could be in the midst of a very short-term pump now, short-term, and then a proper sell-off. We could be absolutely experiencing hell come Sunday. So we need to brace ourselves. We need to be well prepared. And what I'm looking at here in the chats, and just fill out my poll for me, guys. And I see you guys are putting it in. 74% are telling me more pain to come for the altcoins, and 26% are saying the bottom is in for the altcoins. So my current view is short-term. Okay, short-term bounce here on the altcoins potentially, but more downside. So I've got a couple of strategies for you guys to cater for all of these scenarios. So stick around. We got a lot to go through today. There's so much alpha coming for you guys. Okay, so that's that. And then, guys, I've got a ton of Black Friday deals. Okay, let me know in the chats. I've got a ton of Black Friday deals for you, but I don't want to spam you with deals. Okay, so let's get into some alpha. Let me know in the chats when you're ready for some Black Friday deals on some other things that we have in our shopping basket. But let's get into some alpha, and then we'll get back into some Black Friday deals for you guys. So stick around. There are things on Ledger. There's easy algo deals. There's a couple of things happening here at the moment. Okay, now, Bitcoin Archive, just reminding everybody not to panic. He says Bitcoin always flushes out the last of the degens before pushing up again. Don't get shaken out. Now, remember, this is part of the process. Bull market vibes here. Little pumps, big dumps, then big pumps, little dumps, the whole story. And they're designed to flush out the high leverage traders. It's the patient guys, it's the spot traders, it's the low margin guys, and it's the leverage traders, the high leverage traders that take profit quickly are the ones that are going to win. Remember, you need multiple strategies when you are trading. And one of mine at the moment in the bull market is to have a couple of trades that we take profit quickly. Then we've got spot and margin trades that just grind out the work while you sleep. You can be relaxed. And then we've got these leverage trades where if we get a good entry, we start adding to these positions and we take the gamble that we're going to get a bigger move and we try and grow them. So that is what you've seen me doing on AVAX, Bitcoin, Phantom, Solana, all of those tokens over the last few weeks. That is a nice strategy. So make sure you have a multi-pronged approach here. Don't just have one trading strategy for this bull market. We need our lower lev and our spot stuff to do the grinding for us along the way. And Michael Saylor, doesn't this always happen, Ray? I mean, this guy comes out at, he's acquired another 55,000 BTC. And what happens afterwards? We always get some kind of sell-off, okay? But this guy's hungry. This guy's hungry for BTC. And it's almost like he's not stopping. It's getting a bit concerning. I mean, the man's buying too much at the moment. At some point, it's not going to be very decentralized. The man's going to control so much of the BTC supply. So that is something we need to pay attention to. I mean, it's all fun and games now. But what happens if the guy owns 3, 4, 5% of the entire Bitcoin supply? I mean, right.
I mean, the ETFs own 5% already. So it's already an issue.
There's one guy, one guy. I mean, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. What if he's in a bad mood one day and he wants to market sell some shit? Okay, well, let's look at BTC on the 3-day, and you can see what's going on. We could be in the beginning of our downtrend. There's so many scenarios that could be playing out here, guys. So we don't want to speculate exactly what is going on, but I can give you the scenarios. Number one, the easiest route for us, some kind of flag and consolidation. That frees up the altcoins. The altcoins run nicely. Then we get a pop. Then we get a sell-off. So that would be beautiful for us. But, one thing that I am eyeing out at the moment now, if we don't print a new high very quickly, we're going to be in the midst of something I would suspect like this on BTC over the next month or two, and that could be then dragging us down to hell. Okay, 72,500, that big zone to the downside, that is now a possibility. Until we start printing new highs and grinding higher, we need to understand that we could be in the midst of the beginning of a downtrend on BTC. What does that do to the alts exactly? Well, it remains to be seen how dominance plays out in this scenario. So if we have a very aggressive dominance while BTC is trending lower, I'm afraid some of these alts might print new lows. Okay, we might be looking at levels from July and August this year if things really get bad, because this is a major move down on BTC. So we're going to have always daily, we're going to have one eye on dominance, and we're going to have one eye on BTC, obviously, while we are trading these altcoins, and we can make sure that we can move accordingly. Now, the fear and greed index, thankfully, has come down again. 94 was a little bit concerning, mid 80s a little bit dangerous, and here we are at 79. So that's looking a little bit more civilized for us, and maybe just allowing things, a little bit of a breath in the market. Okay, Ray, you can see here, Bitcoin's a little bit of a rejection here at this 94,600. That's a typical zone, guys. 382, I've got anchored VWAPs, I've got trend. We know this is a hot zone, 94,600, exercising a little bit of caution here at the moment. And then if we look at our refreshed liquidation heat map, let's just see where we are. The key here is going to be the upside. So look at these levels here. Look at that, 95,800. That's nice and juicy. And then 96,800 as well. So a little bit of liquidity to the upside, looking good there. And then downside, guys, 91,700. Let them come and hunt. If they come hunt there, anything down to 90,500 does look interesting to us. So just mark these levels on your charts. You know they're easy pickings for the market makers. They love to go and push to those zones. And then here's our dominance, and this is dominance on the 4 hour. Remember the rules: dominance dropping, good for altcoins; dominance pumping, not so good for altcoins. Okay, and this is what we're looking at now. So we've had a dominance bounce off the 100-day moving average. No surprise there. Typical reaction zone for us. Now we are moving into our next reaction zone. So ideally, we want to see some kind of rejection at this 59.6 area to just try and help these alts a little bit more. If dominance keeps climbing, you can see we got a bearish setup here for dominance. Trend rejection is what we're going to look for. So just watch out for these levels now on your altcoins. Always one eye on dominance, one eye on your altcoin levels. They obviously have to go hand in hand with one another to keep things, to keep things balanced here for us. And then another marker, ETH versus BTC on the monthly, no real changes. Okay, a little bit of an indecision candle here at the moment on the monthly, but you can see strong reaction so far, and ETH is trying to fight BTC at the moment, and that is exactly why I changed my strategy here the other day. I closed half of my Bitcoin long, and I'm locked and loaded now, ready to buy some more ETH. So you can see I bought my first ETH position at $70,000 here at the moment. I've got another limit order now preset on ZoomX, 3,100. I'm picking up more ETH, and then I've got quite a big order of 10.7 ETH sitting at 2,800. And we're going to see if we drop into those levels, we're going to accumulate some more ETH here, because we are looking for some kind of ETH versus BTC bounce at some point. Now, remember, ETH dropping to these types of levels, it's a substantial dip. Okay, we know ETH holds relatively well, but if we get a 16% dip on ETH, we know that markets had a nice reset, and we know these altcoins have done possibly 20%, 25% on a lot of those altcoins. So that would be a proper refresh in the market. But remember, this is a big level here, 2,800 for ETH. That's an absolute banger there for us. And looking for a serious reaction off that zone if we do drip into that area. Just a reminder, we've got our 618 there. We've got our 50-day moving average. We've got weekly levels as well. That's an absolute banger around 2,800 for ETH. And just a reminder here for everybody who is wondering why I think things are a little bit overcooked at the moment. You can see our oscillator is peaking here at the top. Again, doesn't mean that it has to come down. This oscillator could ride at the top for a while and ETH could still pump, but the signs are there. If we track what happens in the past, when that oscillator, it starts falling over, the token starts falling over a little bit. So that is MDX algo that I'm using there at the moment. So eyes on ETH, that is my strategy. And if the market runs away from us, no changes to what I said yesterday. We're looking for that hard pump, and then that retest is where I'm going to add to that ETH position. I don't want to add on the green candles here. I'm trying to accumulate a nice solid ETH position. It's not a scalp play for me. It's really a high conviction ETH play that I really want to start building here. So a little bit of a different strategy there on that ETH trade. Now, let's talk a couple of tokens that we've been talking about or trading together for the last week or so. Here's Optimism, and look, nice little pullback on Optimism. Now we've had a little bounce, I'd say a little bit early for us, but right now you can see we could be in the midst of some kind of flag forming here on Optimism before our next big push. So I'm watching that one closely on the daily, but I want to remind you guys, high time frame levels, high conviction levels. This is for spot traders and low leverage guys that want to accumulate a position. Now, this is not for scalpers. These are the levels you want to look for. If we do fall over in the dead of the night, your level again for Optimism, 1.94 down to about 1.85, and then a big one for you at 1.7. These are your limit order zones. These are your DCA zones. If that market collapses, remember what they can do with these candles. They just absolutely wick it down really hard. And we often get reactions of these types of zones. Make sure these are ready and locked and loaded for you. I am ready for these as well. And I'll show you on WEEX'S what I've done with Optimism. I've got a couple of orders set and waiting to go in case we get a little bit more downside. Now let's dial in on Optimism, and this is what I suggest you do with all of your tokens. You look on the higher time frame, then you look at some degen levels, and you can see I've mapped this out quite nicely on the 1 hour, and you can always tell when the market is falling over and you're looking for a short-term bounce or short-term reaction, you've got to highlight your hot zones. And you can see today we fell over nicely. What did we hit? Horizontals and our 382. That is a nice little first hot zone for us. Little reaction there. And that was timed in with Bitcoin bouncing at just above that 91K level earlier today. So that is now our support. We're watching Degens 2.115. That is what we're watching as support. Then a little bit lower down, if we need to press and they start pushing us down, look at these degen zones. This is where I've got limit orders ready as well, 2.01 and 1.92. These are my limit order zones, and you can see there could be a short-term bounce. The chart prime oscillator I'm using here at the moment, which you'll find out a bit more in the course, it has printed a short-term reversal now on the 1 hour chart, but on the higher time frame, still wants to come down a little bit. So we could see something like this playing out, little pump higher. We need new highs. If we don't print new highs, we most likely start seeing that type of scenario on something like Optimism and pretty much all of our altcoins that we are trading, bar a couple that will be outperforming on their own. Okay, so Optimism, you've got your key levels. And reminder, I'm bullish on Optimism, well, because of the nature of the pump we've just seen, and also because we are looking for that ETH reversal. So you want to be watching things like Arbitrum, Optimism, Matic, Lido, a couple of ETH memes as well if that market picks up. And then obviously some of the ETH DeFi plays will be super good for you guys as well. So Optimism on my watch list here. And then here's Matic. So old Matic, it's now called Poly. And you can see I've got the same entry for you guys as yesterday. We are reacting off our first hot zone, the 382. You saw the same thing with Optimism there. So a little short-term reaction here. But my higher conviction zone for me on Poly, which is Matic, is going to be 0.45. So look out here. We got a little bit of a double top. So expecting something along these lines and then a bit of a sell-off into that type of area. And you can see my MDX Wave Master also turning over here at the moment. This thing wants to come lower. So we just want this thing to settle on the 4 hour and then start our reversal, something like that. And the last time we had that nice push up. So being a little bit patient here on Poly, Matic, and let's see how that plays out for us. But I think Matic, like we said before, it could be a most hated rally. And if we do get a nice entry there, for me, that could be an entry that we can hold for a sustainable amount of time. So looking at 0.45, let's watch that zone. If the wheels absolutely come off, it's 0.407 that I'm watching on Matic. So these are your hot zones that you need for now. And then let's talk Sol. So anybody notice Sol really put a little bit of pressure on everybody in the last say 12 hours, and but recovering pretty nicely. So if we look at Sol on the weekly chart, there's actually nothing to worry about. We are still looking super bullish here. And a reminder of our Sol levels, 205 to 200 banger, and then just above 190 also little banger there for us on Sol, and we do have that rising trend in place. So all is well on Sol, no matter what goes on. Could be a couple of weeks, but we're looking at something like that to play out for us. But right now, nothing bearish on Sol. This is just a typical little sell-off here. We could get some kind of flag as well, something like that. So just be patient on Solana. We have heard there's lots of moaning about pump.fun. Maybe there's going to be, a couple of regulations around that thing. Who knows? But that might affect some of the Sol price at some point. Remember, Pump.fun is the Sol meme coins den, basically, and that is driving the market. So if we dial into Sol on the 4 hour, I've got a degen set up for you guys, and I just want to show you it looks very similar to that Bitcoin chart. You can see we've now lost our rising trend. So, you know, we had our bullish fun line and now we have lost the fun line. But what is interesting to me is that we do have signs that we might be getting some kind of reversal on the 4 hour at some point. Okay, look here, we are bottoming out here on MDX Algo, looking for some kind of potential reversal there on the 4 hour at some point. But because we've lost that trend, we now have to maybe just put on our bearish caps for a while until we start printing new highs. And like I explained before, this could be the beginning of a flag for Sol. This could be the beginning of a short-term downtrend that we need to pay attention to. So Solana traders, what can I see here? That's potentially going to brew out for us here. A little right shoulder. What if we get a pump? Okay, look out, 248. Look out for that. Okay, that is now potentially becoming a reality for us, a head and shoulders situation on Solana. So how do we invalidate that? Well, we need to start breaking 248, 250. We need to break those levels. When we do that, we can say, okay, maybe things are turning a little bit hotter here for us. But right now, that is what that's what's staring me in the face at the moment. So we've lost our trend, a little bit bearish. We've also lost our 50 MA on the 4 hour. You can see that guy over there. And look, signs are there. Short-term bounce. That's potentially what we're going to be seeing on Sol. Okay, so let's not get too dramatic though. We know Sol owns, has a lot of strength like ETH as well. So I don't think it's going to get ended as badly as some of the other tokens like Sand and, some of those that can get absolutely smashed. And I suspect Sol recovers very quickly. So make sure you are watching your high time frame levels. Make sure you are watching your degen levels as well on Sol. Remember, any big sell-offs, I expect these things to recover relatively quickly off good zones. Now, let's talk about current situation. Here's that short-term bonk long that I've flipped to. I'm going to tell you why on the charts, why I suspected we could get a short-term bounce on bonk, and I wanted to bank those short profits. So I've jumped into that scalp long there. Then you can see I'm long Phantom here on the screen in front of you. You can see we've got a breakout of some horizontals on Phantom. There might be a target of 1.2 coming for us on Phantom, but we need Bitcoin to behave. Okay, we're going to get invalidated if Bitcoin starts falling over. I don't think Phantom will start pumping on its own, but we did see immediately relative strength tokens. The minute Bitcoin started recovering a little bit, relative strength coins started doing quite well. Look at Injective did nicely, Phantom did nicely. I see Sui also started performing quite well today. So that is that game plan there at the moment with Phantom. And let me show you the chart as to why this one is interesting. So we've broken through our major resistance band. This was our 786 and our horizontal. So that was our danger zone. Now we have pierced that. Okay, so what does that tell me? That tells me we could be gearing up for our move to 1.2 on Phantom, take out those highs, then a little bit of a move to the downside. Now, this could all be part of the short-term bounce that we're going to see on some of these more bearish-looking altcoins that now haven't printed new highs. They're looking for a bounce, potential right shoulders, maybe lower highs, and things like that. And Phantom is an outlier. It's now printed a new high. So look out for the next altcoin rejection is most likely going to be where Phantom is pushing into that 1.2 zone. So that's going to be your danger area. And then let's take a look, Phantom, on the lower time frames. Here's the degen setup for you guys, and you can see what's going on here. We've got a little, what do we call this? A rising wedge at the moment. Typically, quite a bearish setup. But I mean, it could be something along these lines first for the next while before this thing falls over. So just something to pay attention to. But what we've got here on Phantom, let's just highlight some degen support for all the degens out there trading this thing at the moment. So your first level, I would say call it one on the button is what you're going to be watching there on Phantom. So let's just take fibs from the lows to the highs here. And that's a banger. Okay, so we've got our 382 there. Okay, so 0.988. Okay, use that. You've also got some anchored VWAP as well. So that should give you some kind of action. So if we do get a bleed out now, look out for that. Look out for a hard Bitcoin bounce. Tie it in with Phantom at 988. That could be a little move for you guys there on Phantom. So 988, I like that area. We got confluence on horizontals. We got anchored VWAP, and nice little area there for Phantom short-term traders. Okay, that's short-term traders. Then higher time frame stuff. You can see what Phantom bounced off today in that little dip, 0.906. What did it bounce off? 236 fib, anchored VWAP, horizontals as well. You can see this is a nice little zone there for us as well. So 0.906 is your higher time frame phantom support. That is your the wheels have fallen off zone. Okay, 906 and 0.8347. Now remember the thing about phantom, we've got the sonic news coming in the next few days. Okay, so we might have our final pump. Look out for a sell the news or sell the event on phantom, and that is typically what I'm going to be looking for as well. So that sonic news is coming out, and it feels like the market is just pumping it into that whole release and that whole situation. So look out for that one. Then we saw AVAX recently, decent recovery. And there was news on AVAX recently as well. And just want to point out again, guys, higher time frame levels. What did AVAX bounce off? Our 382 and our daily support level at 38. Look at that. You can't make this stuff up. Remember what I've been saying, the macro fibs, the big fib pools from the lows to the highs, those carry a lot of weight in terms of resistance and in terms of support. And 38, look at that reaction there of 38 for AVAX. So that is our first hot zone now that we're going to be watching, 38 for AVAX. And you can see there's a lot of work to do for AVAX here. We've now got this beautiful rejection wick. So I do expect AVAX to push up at some point. But if we don't print new highs, we are looking at that type of scenario now on AVAX. So that could be playing out for us. So remember, let's not get too excited every time we get a little bounce. We've got to play this thing accordingly. We've got to play what we see in front of us. So until we're printing new highs on some of these altcoins, we need to just be cautious. And this is, again, a situation where we can have our DCA approach, where we can say, okay, we'll put some small orders on some of these zones. If it falls over, we start collecting these orders. Alternatively, if we identify these hot zones and we get good pumps out of them, take some profits on some of those leverage trades. Then maybe one or two leave open in case that is the bottom, or in case the market takes off. Then you can grow those and start adding to those positions. So just make sure, again, you have a multi-pronged approach to your trading strategy. Now here is AVAX on the 4 hour, and again, just a beautiful reaction. Now this is the anchored VWAP doing its thing, classic move, okay, out of this VWAP. We dropped into horizontal and VWAP here at 38.6. okay, that is just above our higher time frame macro fib pool as well, and that is now our reaction zone. So what we're seeing at the moment on AVAX, we could be faced with something like that. Okay, just like you saw on the Sol chart, could be a situation where we get some kind of head and shoulders. Maybe it's going to put us under a little bit of pressure. So AVAX traders, 38.8 on the DGen level. That is support number one. And then I really like 37.2. Okay, that keeps our lower time frame DGen setups in play. Look at that little rising trend there as well. So 37.2, that type of area could come into play for us sooner rather than later. So be ready there, AVAX traders. Anything from your 38.6 to 37.2, look out for that level. Now, what do we do if this thing takes off? So now if you're sitting in an AVAX position, for example, and you believe this thing can take off, well, your current support is these lows, okay? That is your low support. Now, what can we expect from this thing? If this starts pushing higher, they might want to come and take out that wick. But if we get some kind of bullish move here, any types of retest, you want to start buying there as a bull, okay? You want to start saying, okay, we're going to turn bullish here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your fibs up, and you're going to pull out your horizontals, and you're going to start looking where you can build on support and where you think this thing has a little bit more energy. Now, that is the same principle on every trade that you can get on all of these hot zones. So you can play that game all the way up. And alternatively, like I said, take profit when you get a nice push out of these things, and let it do its thing. Okay, let it play its game. Okay, here we are. On Bitfunded, and you can see I've got two optimism positions from that move lower earlier today, and I've got Sol as well running here on Bitfunded. Now remember, Bitfunded is a demo account that they send you, and you send the money. They give you a demo account, you make 8%, you make 5%, then you get real money, and you keep 80 to 90% of the profit. So here I'm running Optimism and Sol. For now, my stops are 2.099, and I haven't put a stop in yet for Solana. So we're going to have to add one there on that. And Black Friday deals. Are you guys ready for Black Friday deal? Let's see in the chat. So are you guys ready for the stuff? I see Best Car Music says max short everything now. And yeah, he's full left short. He's short all. He's very short. Okay, he's very short at the moment. And let's see. Are you guys ready? Because here's a Black Friday deal number one for you guys. Bitfunded Black Friday deal. 5 winners, 5 days in Dubai, and you can win a trip to meet Banter, okay, at the Black Friday. Join the Bitfunded and Crypto Banter Black Friday event. Enjoy a VIP agenda in Dubai. Meet the Banter team and trade from an elite environment at Bitfunded's headquarters, okay? That's quite a cool prize, okay? So there's a link in the description there for you guys for Bitfunded if you want some of that action. And then while we're talking Black Friday deals, guys, I've got to tell you this, okay? Remember Ledger? Okay, Ledger are back. They got a nice offer for you guys. And what they want you to do is buy the Ledger Flex. And they're going to give you a voucher or a coupon to redeem $70. So effectively, you're getting that Ledger Flex for $249 less $70. Okay, so that's up to 40% off on selected colors there. There's a link in the description for you. Remember, trading profits, what do? Take it out, USD, put it on your ledger, or buy BTC with your trading profits, put it on your ledger. You know what to do. Okay, so they've got an exclusive Black Friday offer for you guys. That link is in the show description. Everything I'm talking about here today, just go under the show description. You're going to see it all. And I see W Skittle. The incoming dip is the best Black Friday deal. Guys, I suspect if we get a Black Friday deal, short-term pain, big-term gain. Okay, so don't panic. If you get this Black Friday sale on the crypto market, I'm talking altcoins, make sure you have your favorites ready. Make sure you've done the homework on the charts. Make sure you are ready to go. When the market falls over, you get this gift. Okay, it comes every now and again, but you get this gift. It looks like once a month you get a nice gift. This might be an opportunity for you guys starting to brew very soon. Then I've got another Black Friday deal for you guys. You see, I use TradingView all the time, and there's a 70% off deal on TradingView. So now anyone who wants to take trading seriously, get TradingView. Okay, if you're not using TradingView, I think you really need to up your game. So you can get the essential package, the plus, and the premium at 70% off. It's a Black Friday deal there on TradingView for you guys as well. So look, everyone I know, all the traders I know, use TradingView. Makes sense. Okay, there are other products out there, but TradingView does the job for me. Okay, before we do more Black Friday sales, let's talk some alpha. Okay, I've got 𝗬𝗓𝗡 for you guys, and this is 𝗬𝗓𝗡 on the 4 hour. So you can see what's going on here. We've had a short-term bounce off our anchored VWAP. So 𝗬𝗓𝗡 traders, is the move over? I'm not convinced. I do believe we might have some more downside here on 𝗬𝗓𝗡. You can see we've got a danger zone ahead of us now. 𝗬𝗓𝗡 traders 2.3. That's a danger zone for me. In fact, any pushes into that type of region, danger. Okay, looking at something like this for me at the moment until proven otherwise. So that is what we could be getting now in the short term. How do we negate that? How do we turn super bullish again? Well, on 𝗬𝗓𝗡, for example, you can look for that major horizontal break, and you can look for that trend break. Okay, then things could get spicy there for us, and maybe anything happens after that type of move. But right now for me, looks like confirmed downtrend here for 𝗬𝗓𝗡, and I do have another bounce zone coming. So mark these levels on your charts here. Short-term dip, 18.17. That's 50-day MA, 786 horizontal trend. That's a banger, 18.17. Then a little bit lower down, 16.85. And then that's hell zone, 14.9. Absolute hell, 14.9. So these are your main 𝗬𝗓𝗡 levels you want to watch. This is what you want to be prepped for. These are the moments. If the market falls over, make sure you are ready with your favorite tokens on your levels. And then just a look at our chart prime oscillator. This thing is now drifting lower. It's almost getting ready to reverse on the 4 hour. Looks like it might need a little bit more juice here to the downside. So let it do its thing. You can see it also prints out divergences for you. It gives you a warning ahead of time. So if you're watching the chart prime oscillator, let it do its thing. Once there's divergence, it's going to alert you to it. Then you can see that there could be some kind of short-term reversal coming on that one. So right now, that's my game plan on 𝗬𝗓𝗡. Not expecting fireworks just yet. Okay, let's talk what is going on WEEX'S at the moment. So a lot of those shorts I opened yesterday were doing really well. So CAS is doing nicely, Link is doing nicely, Myro, obviously, I mean, that thing is sending me straight to hell, but that Myro short's printing at the moment. And Injective is my only short that is not doing well. Injective's showing relative strength, like Phantom at the moment. So that is definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. Injective looking pretty bullish. So I've got the Injective chart for you guys as well. And then just to talk my current strategy. So you can see Myro at the bottom here. You can see I've got this yellow dot ticked. Okay, this yellow dot tick says auto add margin. So my strategy on Myro, I'm going to take you through that chart now in a moment. is that Myro long. I'm trying to grow the size of that Myro position. Now, you'll note that I opened that Myro head short the other day, and I'm using that short to add margin for me at a later date. So if we click on the Myro short at the moment, and you can see what my plan is. So you can see I'm short from the highs there. And then if we go to the lows here, you can see I've got a TP zone for my short at 9548. And I've got more buy orders for the long at 9527. So the theory here is that short keeps printing. It hits TP. Okay, it closes the trade. Then I've got a buy order waiting at 9527 to add to that Myro size. I want to grow that size. I want to see how big we can grow this thing on the way down. And when that trade closes, you can see this yellow button is ticked. It says auto add margin. So it will automatically close my short. It will bank the profits in my trading account. And then it will auto add margin in case this thing dumps further. I'm using those short profits to bolster that Myro long trade. Now, remember, this whole DCA strategy was built on trading profits. We took trading profits, we sent it to WEEX'S, and now we are trying the strategy here for a bull market run. And that is what I'm working on building now on Myro. So that is my strategy there for the Myro trade. Then you can see, let's look at Solana, for example. I took my first entry on Sol today on that first hot zone I showed you on the lower time frame trade. And then I've got another buy zone for me on Sol at 213. And I've got another buy order for Solana at 198. Now, these are bullish bias margin trades. Okay, what I've done here is 7x leverage. And I've got small orders at these key levels, trying to build a position on Sol. And obviously, this is a bullish bias. If the market falls over and they rinse these altcoins, that bullish bias trade obviously gets thrown out of the window. So you need to have a bias when you're setting up these types of margin positions, because if the drop's too far, you can get put under a bit of pressure. So that is my current bullish strategy on Sol and a couple of other tokens. Let's take a look at Optimism. Here's another one we can pay attention to there. There's 2 buy orders on Optimism, 2.01. 1.91. Okay, it's a 7x margin, looking to pick up in those areas. And the assumption is that, you know, the market reverses by then and we get a nice push. So that is my bull market strategy. That's my bullish bias strategy. If you have a heavy bearish strategy, well, then this might not be for you. Okay, then you're looking for short-term bounces, like you see some of those other trades I'm taking, short-term moves, quick pumps, take profits quickly. And I'm just trying to have a nice balanced system in play here. And I see the fifth man says Bonk is being listed on Robinhood. Okay, so let's get into Bonk and a couple of others here quickly. Let's do Bonk before I jump into the next one, just so we can go through it. I've got a whole list of meme coins for you guys, but what I wanted to show you about Bonk. Okay, so you guys, I mean, we were short Bonk because of that head and shoulders. We could see that thing was bearish, lost the trend. Okay, started falling over. Why did I close my Bonk short here? I was looking at it on the 4-hour today, and I was looking at this MDX algo oscillator, and you can see this thing is getting heavily overcooked here. And Macro says, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. So I'm watching this MDX Wave Master. You can see this thing is showing reversal signs here on the 4-hour. So that for me was, okay, let me bank my Bonk short profits here. Let me open a small scalp long on Bonk and see where it takes us. So there is a higher conviction long zone for me on Bonk at 3435. Okay, that is going to be a proper dump. And that most likely sees some kind of double bottom on our MDX Wave Master, something like that. But by the time that happens, fuck me, that's going to be a nice long. Okay, so look out for that move if we do get a little bit more downside. And then what you're going to be watching is 3435. So mark that as your hot zone. You can see that is where the high conviction long is for me, 3435. And then this is an interim zone. So you can see we are reacting on our horizontals, our 0.5 fib, and our anchored VWAP. So we know that's where they put the brakes on. Now, you'll note on all of these altcoins, the market falls over. And if we look at the charts on all of these altcoins, we can see immediately there's some kind of reaction zone playing out on all the tokens, on all the corresponding tokens. So generally, if we get a market move, we generally get corresponding alts bouncing off their corresponding reaction zones. It's just a matter of hunting them and a matter of finding them and figuring out what they are exactly. So there were 3 levels of confluence here for Bonk as to why the brakes got put on this region. Now the rest is in the hands of the crypto gods, okay? If we do get our push here, then we can turn bullish again. We can add, we can do those things. Alternatively, if it falls over, That is what we're watching. 3-4, 3-5 is going to be where it's at. Okay. Ray, am I going too slowly? I feel like we've used 43 minutes and I still got another 6 charts. Do you guys want more charts? Let me know in the chats if you want some more alpha. I've got 5 or 6 memes for you guys. Meme coins, the regular memes, not degen memes. And I've got CAS. Dan wants some CAS. Guys, let me know. I've got PopCat for you guys. If you want the action, I've got the action for you guys. Okay. Let's go. Injective. Okay. So Injective showing a bit of strength here today.
Hold on. Why don't we check up on the likes? Can we get the like smashed?
Yes, sir. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, hit the like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. You know what to do. I bring you this alpha every single day. It's free, okay? If you want extra alpha, all this stuff is going to be in the new Discord that is coming. It's getting released now with that Trading Accelerator course. All that stuff is going to be housed in the new Discord, the daily degen setups I do. It's actually called Chart Hackers, okay? Because we're bringing in bots, we're bringing in indicators, and we're bringing in, obviously, all my degen shit as well. So we bring it all together, and that is going to be there. Okay, so that is coming very, very soon for you guys. There's a link for that accelerator in the show description. Now, Injective on the 3-day, we can see what's going on. Relative strength looking a lot better than some of these other coins. Best case for me for Injective for now, let's take out that wick. We can see that wick there to the highs. So look out, Injective traders, 32.6. Look for that, 32.6. Something along these lines could be playing out for Injective traders. So 32.6, and then higher time frame support for Injective, 23.75. Get your limit orders ready, and 21.8. If there's a flush out, relative strength tokens are going to recover quickly. Okay, make sure you are ready. It's not like you're going to have time to scramble and run around and set all these things. Make sure you are ready to go. Your charts are ready. Your favorite tokens are open if we do get some kind of meltdown on the market. Now, let's talk Injective on the 15 minutes. And I just wanted to show you this example, like how brutally volatile this is for high leverage traders. Okay, so guys, if you are trading this volatility at the moment on super high leverage, how many times have you been stopped out? Okay, how many times have you been stopped out? Long, short, long, short, long, short. Okay, so just a reminder again, some of these tokens can get super volatile, and what you want to do, dial down the leverage, dial down the position size, let the token decide which way it wants to go. When it decides which way it wants to go, foot on the gas, then we go, and then we push those things. But right here, this is Chop City. Okay, this is stop loss country all day long. Look at these moves. So just be safe, be careful on these tokens. Yeah, they are super volatile at the moment. So degen levels for the degen players out there, let's just give you a couple of zones that you can work with. What I'm going to do is take my fibs from the lows here to the highs. And look at that. Okay, there's our first banger degen zone there for Injective traders. So Injective traders, 28.6. That is your support you want to watch. If this move is going to continue higher, you most likely want to see that bounce before the next big push. So if there is a meltdown, look out, 28.6. Look for that to hold for support degen traders, 28.6. That is what you're going to be watching. Okay, let's quickly talk Rune as well. And just want to brush through some of these Rune key levels. I've got limit orders set on Rune at 5.01 has hit already. I've got another limit order at 4.77 on Rune. You can see why. Massive zone here for me. 200-day MA, 100-day MA, major anchored VWAP, horizontals, rising trend. It's an absolute banger on Rune there. 4.77. Watch that zone. And then a little bit lower down, and I'm talking wicks. If we do get a dump here, look for the wick onto 4.12. Look for that wick onto 4.12. Then it's a slightly different game plan if we do hit that, because we might be faced with that type of situation, but there'll be a great trade off that area over there if we do ping that zone. So look out there. So Rune traders, you can see right now we are on support 5.09, then limit order ready 4.7877, and then 4.12. That is zones that I'm watching very closely on Rune. If we do get that sell-off, that is action zone for me. Then GRT, quickly, we did touch on this yesterday. I want to update again, 2.16, GRT, that is a hot zone, 216. And then I've got a banger here for you in the middle, 196. So GRT, higher time frame, 216 and 196. Watch those zones. Look at the daily. Looking a bit overcooked here. Maybe this thing's going to send us lower a little bit. Could be a sign that things are going to start rolling over there on GRT. So watch that one very closely there. But I love those levels. Bullish on AI. GRT could be a nice play for you guys. Okay, so that is covered there. Let's talk some of these memes. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. And I mean, this is great from Jesse Cohen about these memes at the moment. And he says, bear markets create strong memes. Okay, strong memes create bull markets. Agree. Bull markets create bad memes. Agree. Bad memes create bear markets. That's quality. That's proper quality. And this was bold earlier today. He says, I mean, you guys will know, okay? When the market falls over, you know my sentiment on trading these memes. When the market falls over, you get caned. You get absolutely hurt. But when the market recovers, what do you want to look at? What's going to recover faster when the market recovers? Now, a lot of the times, it's these meme tokens. After a nice big sell-off, the buyers come back in. So want to keep watching those. And Davis says, I enjoy every time your show live. Thank you, bro. Welcome from Peru. So just a reminder, this is why I've banked in a couple of meme coins for you guys. So let's talk Myro. And I explained my trade on WEEX'S for you guys. Now you can see it visually as to what I'm looking at. So big levels for me on Myro, 0.094, okay? And lower down, we've got 0.76. Now, this is my bull market bias. My bias is that's the bottom or that's the bottom. If I'm wrong, I get rinsed. Okay, it's a simple strategy that I'm employing here. That is why I'm running that short at the same time, just to cushion the blow and start funding that potential long that I'm trying to grow. So 9.4 and 7. We said 7.7. Okay, those are your levels. That is what I'm watching on Myro. That is where I'm looking to pick up buys. Once we get momentum again, we know what Myro can do. We've seen a taste of it. Look at that, 56% in 2 candles. Okay, massive mover there. Look at this one, a little bit longer, 107%. Look at this one the other day. What did we get? 103%. So I'm trying to catch one of those. Okay, so I'm trying to build the position so I can get 100% pump on Myro with a nice big size position. So that is my bias. That is what I'm trying to play there on Myro at the moment. Then Bonk, we've covered. Then let's go Ponky. Now we know, big exchange listing on Ponky. Lots of news at the moment. Where's my next buy zone? Where am I interested in Ponky? Simple, okay? 455. That is coming in hot for me and could go lower, obviously, but that's another 15% on Ponky. So 455, that is a zone, especially for the spot guys. You're looking for Ponky. You missed the move. You regretted buying Ponky, or you regretted missing Ponky, and you had FOMO up here. Okay, now remember, you were prepared to start buying it up there in case it went higher. Now let it come to you. It's coming to you. 455. Watch Ponky down there. That's a banger area for me. Maybe a little bit lower. Have yourself a backup region as well. Okay, a little bit lower down here. 381. Okay, 455, 381. If you wanted a piece of Ponky and you are bullish over the next 6 months, those are your zones. Okay, those are the hot zones you want to be watching. Let's talk WIF. And right now, second or third visit in a major hot zone on WIF. So yes, a little bit concerning that we've been here a couple of times, but this is nonetheless one of our hot zones. So WIF traders, if you are looking for DCA and you were upset that you missed WIF when it was pumping here, okay, hopefully nobody bought the top. Now we're getting into more rational and reasonable levels. So zone number 1, 2.96. Down to, what was our level the other day? 2.8. Okay, we're nearly there. Remember, I've still got buy orders waiting for me on WIF in those zones. Then, lower down, what have we got? 2.5. That's another banger here for us. That is our 618. And then we've got cover, 100-day MA, 200-day MA, anchored VWAP, 2.5. Get these levels ready for yourselves on WIF. Okay, big zones coming here for us. If you get this move to the downside, remember, the upside pumps on these memes are very rewarding. Okay, just don't wreck yourselves with like ridiculous leverage out the gate. You got to trade these meme coins spot or low leverage. Be patient with them because when they kick, they kick. I'm busy building a mega Popcat size here at the moment, and any dip lower is an absolute gift. And I want to show you Popcat, and then I've got Cass for you guys as well. Now, Popcat, this is Popcat on the 12 hour. And for me, my strategy is any key level. I've got orders waiting. I know that at some point, Popcat is going to wake up for us again. And hopefully we got enough ammo to keep shoveling in here and start growing this size. So every time Popcat hits a big zone for me, I've been adding to my position. And what we've got here is 1.177. This is our next hot zone. We are nearly in the zone right now. It's the 100-day MA. It's a major anchored VWAP from the August dumps. Think of the power of the August dump anchored VWAP. That really should give us something there. Then the 0.5 fib and horizontal. So 1177 down to 108. Okay, that's a hot zone. 1177 down to 108, and then I've got a banger here at 96. Okay, look out there, 96. Look at these horizontals here. Look at that zone, 618 fib. I'm expecting action there. And if we look, we cast our eyes to 𝗙𝗥𝗟𝗟𝗢 at the lows here. Look at that, resetting here at the moment. Let's get this thing deep and dirty into that zone there. Then a nice little push up. And then maybe we're cooking again on PopCat. So that is what I'm looking for at the moment. It's been a hell of a trade. I mean, this thing's just been bleeding out. We've been watching Phantom, Injective, all these others. They're ripping. Even ETH is cooking, and PopCat has been putting me under pressure. But look at those levels. And look, I'm a believer. Okay, I'm a believer. Those are my levels that I'm watching on PopCat. And then I've got Peppy for you guys. Same story. Okay, looking for a double bottom here on my chart prime oscillator. Let's see when they start printing divergence. It's going to tell us we could be getting a move to the upside. So the minute we get that divergence print, we're going to get a signal there on Peppy. And remember, Peppy is an ETH meme, ETH play, ETH strength meme that you want to be watching. And hot zone number 1, 1687. Hot zone number 2, 151. And then hot zone number 3, straight to hell, 132. Okay, those are your big levels you're watching. And just to show you why this first one is important to me, look at that. Previous all-time high. We are back to kiss that. Okay, so looking for a bounce in that region. That would be ideal for me. Might be a short-term bounce, but looking for a bounce. So watch that dip in that zone there, 168, 169. That type of level could be interesting for Peppy. And just give these oscillators a little bit more time. And then cash traders, here is our cash short from yesterday. So Chaos, you saw Chaos talking about the indicators telling us we were going to hell. And we opened that short under the 200-day MA and anchored VWAP. And now it is lost trend. Okay, so if you're looking for a cash short now, look for a pump on cash, and then you should get a short opportunity. So any pumps from me on cash into 154, that type of region there, 154 could offer a short opportunity, and then you're going to TP at 0.131 is what we're looking at cash. And it's a very simple breakout trade now. You've lost that trend. Look for the retest. Look for the pump. Okay, simply put, it's really that simple. And you get invalidated. How do you get invalidated? Well, simple. If cash blows through the 200-day MA, find support in that region, then that trade is off. Okay, then that short doesn't play out. Okay, guys, that was great. I'm going hoarse. I've been talking so much. I'm a little bit under the weather, and it's putting me under strain here. You've got my strategy. You've got my plan. You know what to do with these altcoins. Remember, the principle is the same with most of your alts. So you can copy my charts. You can see what I'm doing. Put it on yours and see if you can balance out some of your levels there. And those generally are going to be your cookers. Those are going to be your hot zones. And yeah, good luck. Good co. Thanks, bro. Okay, good luck, everybody. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Fucking, they stopped me out of my Ondo trade, man. Ruined my day.